Hey, if you've been struggling with a chronic candida infection that keeps haunting you, no matter how many times you treat it or how perfectly you follow a candida diet, then this video is for you. Hey there, Tammy Anderson here, your functional histamine coach and expert. And chronic recurrent candida infections are not only something that plagued me for years in my own journey with histamine intolerance, but they're something that I see in my clinical practice with clients on a daily basis. So candida is actually part of our commensal or normal flora, and it's normal to have in small amounts in the body. But I like to think about candida as that sneaky teenager that throws a party when their parents are out of town. It's an opportunistic little bugger that will overgrow when opportunity presents itself, which can lead to some pretty miserable problems. But if you're here watching this video right now, I'm going to assume that you're already aware of that. Anyhow, so what does opportunistic mean? It means that candida is almost never the primary infection or problem. And why is this important? It's important because treating a recurrent candida infection without addressing the primary problem is no different than treating allergies with antihistamines and expecting your symptoms not to return when the medication wears off. And why is this? It's because you're treating a symptom, not the root cause. So I often see candida overgrowth on an organic acids test with clients in my functional health practice, but we never address the candida first. And this is because there is an order to healing. And in order to get to the bottom of the problem, we actually have to address the primary driver or drivers of the overgrowth first. And these can include imbalances in your commensal gut flora that are caused by antibiotic use and other medications, toxic exposures, too much stress, and not prioritizing sleep. Number 2 is biofilms. These are sticky communities where microbes like bacteria, fungus, and parasites like to play hide and seek, and they're a major cause of chronic infections. And if you don't break them up, how on earth do you expect to kill off the critters that are hiding in them? Number 3 is parasites. Parasites are much more common than you might think they are, and a parasitic infection is often what is driving candida overgrowth. And by the way, if you've already had a stool test done and a parasite didn't show up, that doesn't mean that you don't have one or more. So parasites are really stealth little critters, and they could have been hiding out in biofilms and not shown up on a stool test. And they also don't just live in stool. They can hide out in the liver, the gallbladder, the bile duct, the lungs, your sinuses, all over the body. Next is heavy metal toxicity and hormonal birth control and toxic environmental exposures like car exhaust and plastics and fluoride and pesticides and herbicides. And I saved this one for last because it is a huge driver of chronic candida and histamine intolerance that's often overlooked. And it's something that I see every single day in my clinic, and that is mold exposure. Mold weakens your immune system, and this allows candida to grow out of control. So mold is a huge smoking gun, and it's something that I see all the time on organic acids and mycotoxin testing with my clients. So mold is a massive trigger for histamine intolerance, and when we see mycotoxins present on a mycotox panel and a mold colonized gut on an organic acids test, we almost always see candida overgrowth as well. So candida can cause many symptoms that go hand in hand with histamine intolerance, and it's often an underlying causative factor of histamine intolerance. So we can break down the signs and symptoms caused by candida overgrowth into 3 categories: brain-related, body or skin-related, and food-related. So let's start with the brain-related symptoms first. So these can include depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, mood swings, anger or rage, irritability, insomnia or sleep disruptions, brain fog, ADD or ADHD. And then we've got the body and skin-related symptoms. So these can include skin things like rashes, hives, itching, eczema, psoriasis, acne. It can cause allergies and asthma, chronic fatigue, oral thrush, vaginal burning or itching, and that's always so fun, It can cause itching in the mouth, the nose, the ears, the anus. It can cause digestive issues like bloating or gas or cramps. It can cause joint pain or stiff joints. It can cause headaches and migraines. It can cause environmental sensitivities. And then there are the food-related symptoms. So these can include uncontrollable sugar cravings, and that's because Candida feeds on sugar, so it tells your brain that that's what it wants to eat. It can cause insatiable hunger and food sensitivities and really gnarly cravings for processed foods. So when it comes to getting to the bottom of your chronic Candida infection and histamine intolerance, you have to start by asking why. Just throwing random supplements and antifungals at the problem and or trying to just perfect diet your way out of it is not going to fix the problem long term, because you're ignoring potential huge triggers that are driving the problem. That's why my signature holistic approach includes 4 pillars, none of which can be ignored if you want long-term results, because the pillars work synergistically, and that means that none is more important than the other. So these pillars include nutrition optimization, lifestyle and environmental modifications, nervous system regulation, because you cannot heal with a jacked up nervous system, and number 4, detox organ support and targeted strategic supplementation. My motto is, it's never just one thing. If you're curious about uncovering and fixing root causes and becoming your own best self-healer, then I encourage you to schedule a 15-minute info session with me through the link below this video so that you can learn more about my comprehensive self-guided program, the Histamine Solution Academy, or working with me one-on-one to run some testing so that you're not trying to guess your way out of the problem, so that you can uncover hidden causes at the subclinical level that we can be strategic about addressing. And if you haven't already watched my video, why a low histamine diet is not the solution, you're definitely going to want to go back and watch that video when you're finished watching this one to understand why following a low histamine diet might get you temporary relief of symptoms, but it's not going to resolve the problem long term. Remember, you cannot perfect diet your way out of this situation. And one final shameless plug, show me your love by liking and commenting on this video if you found it helpful. And you're definitely going to want to follow me over on my other social media channels. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.